So did anyone watch the news at all today? Because I just have to talk about the news for 1 second. The headline on the news, potholes. Nothing but potholes.
And that's right. We were supposed to go in and let them know where they are.
But there's no other news.
You see something, say something? Yeah.
But there's no other news but potholes.
Is that news? They've been around since. It's really not news. I don't know who finally caught up. Like, when did they figure out that there was potholes? That they want to now actually do something about it. Good luck taking a picture of it while you're on Motor Parkway going 70 miles an hour and you bust your tire.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Run back?
And a flat tire, who gives a crap? That's why we have 86 discs, because we're not going to talk about potholes on our 86 discs. Welcome, everybody. I am your host. My name is Jim Casio. I have Bill Monaco to my right from J&B Restaurant Partners. I got Chef James Chu, which is sitting right across from me. Executive Chef of Pelham Bay Split Rock Golf Course. Also, creator of Mindful Eating, which we'll get to at some point. I have Frank Henderson, who is now in the world of restaurants. He has owned his share of bars, so he's very knowledgeable, an expert on our panel as well as everybody else. Opening up in Hot Dog, probably in the springtime, right, Frank?
Yeah, that's a point.
And our special guest, Mr. Tom Graff. Tom, welcome to 86 Discs.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. Tom works in this business also at the Ore in Patchogue, and he also has a very busy life of his own. He's got a lot of things going on. He's got the Long Island Lifestyle Clothing Co, which we're all wearing, which, Tom, quite honestly, my old ass doesn't do anything. I do nothing for your clothing line. First, I just want to tell you about his butt.
They don't come in our size.
No,
Yeah, right.
no, they don't. Like, he gave me like girl sizes, and I'm like, wait, I held this up. I'm like, am I even gonna fit into this with my hefty ass? But the great thing is you have a really hip clothing line, which is awesome, and I don't do it justice, but it's very trendy. You got some nice stuff there, and it's pretty much marketed for the younger. Yes, no, maybe.
In between. But I appreciate it. That's one of my favorite hoodies right there.
Yeah, no, this is pretty cool, and I
It's hard to
appreciate
give
it.
that away.
We brought some swag with them and some hats and stuff like that. Like, didn't hand it out.
Well, just so you know, older people like style too.
Yes.
Yeah, but it just
that's
doesn't
fine.
suit me well, you know. But Tom, you also have some other things going. You have some other projects going on, which we're all very excited to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, always cooking around something.
Yeah. You have a new publication coming out.
Yeah.
In this spring.
We're looking for a June launch date of Our Island Life. It's a luxury publication. It's going to be directly mailed over from the town from Riches over through Sable. So we're focusing on Mid-Island, South Shore location. Excited about it. I had as you know, the Patchogue lifestyle. And through the pandemic and everything that happened, I had a folded publication. But we're able to get this publication hopefully up and running in June, and I partnered over with the Advance.
That's great.
Now in Advance, yeah,
But-
it's awesome.
But you know, with all those things, everything tends to get better as you go along. And I saw the first publication that you had out, which was fantastic, which was the Patchogue Lifestyle, which was pretty amazing publication.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, and my panel here tonight is the hospitality professionals. Bill has multiple locations. Chu, you've been in it for 120 years. Frank started as a DJ, owned a bunch of sports bars himself. Tom's still doing it after you just told me 18 years. I didn't know you were even that old. But what really I love about this business is that you never know who you're going to wait on at any given time in the dining room. And it's between the servers and the bartenders. It's funny because I sit down at tables And people don't know who I am. They don't know who Bill is. You guys are obviously have all this experience. And one time I had this experience in Port Jefferson that a guy who was waiting on me, I just couldn't. He was the worst server in the whole world, and it actually made me not want to go to the restaurant. But I loved the restaurant so much. But I said, I know I'm going to get that guy. So you never know who you're waiting on any given moment. But I made my list right here of the top 5 bullshit server comments, which I need you guys all, because you guys are experts.
And is this because service is what sells? The service sell?
Well, what it's things you hear over the course of time that sometimes they don't want to do the extra mile. Sometimes bartenders don't want to make that drink because I got a model, not today. So I have my top 5 list.
All right,
So-
let's hear that.
So everyone's gonna have to just kind of like let me know where they stand on some of these ideas, and we'll go from there. We're gonna start with number 5, which is like the one that really isn't, it's the server who says, I'll be right back with that, and then you don't see her for like 20 minutes. But Tom, you wanted that beer, or you wanted that, or you needed the fork, or you needed the napkin, or you needed more water, and they just disappear.
But why do they ask you also, do you need change?
yeah.
That's a nice courteous way of saying with the rest for me.
Yeah. It's that actually is up there. That's up there. That's a good one.
The right way to say is, I'll be right back with your change. And if they say, no, we're good, you don't ask.
Well, we know the right way.
Do you need
We
change?
know the right way, but it's never the case. Never the case. And then the other one, and again, we're going to servers. So if there's any servers out there listening, you're free to comment and tell us we're all idiots, or me, I'm an idiot. You hear this? So I ordered my app like an hour ago. Oh, sorry, the kitchen is always blaming the kitchen. Kitchen's a little backed up right now. Just give it, yeah. Meanwhile, you find out later that they forgot to ring it in, or they hold their orders and they're ringing them in a little late. So that one's my number 4. Number 3. Sorry, we're out of mint because you don't want to make my mojito. Yeah. You're laughing, Tom. I see you. Yeah.
She's basil. No idea.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's just they don't want to make the drink. That's really what it is. And that happens a lot with frozen drinks too.
Yeah.
But
No, it's a hell of a lot easier just to tell you, even if you're at the service window, to tell the server, no, we're out of it. What do you mean? I don't know. We're at a Chianti.
well, on a Saturday,
Sure,
on
gotta
a-
go outside.
on a Saturday night, a lot of people are like, I'm not making that drink right now for you guys. There's no way. Tell them we're out of it. Has that ever happened to you, Tom?
No.
No?
Unless it legitimately there's a reason. You have to. You gotta make it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's what sets you apart. You're a pro.
So, I think everybody's been in this position, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're at a table, server comes over, you guys want to pay the bill, can you split that 6 ways?
But that's on
Yeah, well,
that's more or less on the
Well,
customer.
That's
well,
the customer.
No. It is, but I'm going to tell you the server's answer. I'm sorry, our computer system will not do that.
I don't blame him. That's
Yeah,
honest.
it really is. But like you can't figure it out on your own. It's like you gotta haunt the poor server on a Saturday night when she's running around. Now she's got to break up the check into like 10 parts. It's absolutely insane.
Plus, if you're going out with 6 couples and you're the guy who's like, well, you had the fillet, and oh, please stay home. Jeez.
Or you could just say, listen, I'm not doing it. How about that?
Well,
After 18 years,
well,
you can kind of,
So
Gain
so
the
my
balls
question to
defensively,
you, Tom.
right. Shake.
I'm
Really,
not-
guy?
like, it's not happening.
So my question to you is the customer always right?
No, hell no.
Anybody else want to chime in?
as a business owner, you want your staff to take that approach and adopt that kind of culture. But no, the customer sometimes can be a total asshole. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
You gotta, as business owner, you have to know when it's time to stand up for your staff.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm a believer also. Like, I'm going to give you the time of your night tonight. This is going to be your evening. I'm going to make it the best I possibly can. I'm going to make sure the ambiance is good, the music is great. I'm going to make sure that your night is memorable. But I can't let you be a monster.
No, but you do have to have a high threshold because customers, and like you said, you're gonna give them the night of their life. They're out for the night, and part of the job is to kind of suffer some their idiosyncrasies or maybe some of their attitude, etc. Most of the time,
but there has to be a line in the sand.
Oh, for sure, there's a line. But let's face it, we talk about extremes. Most of the time, customers are so cool. They understand, especially now during what's been going on.
Yes,
I think
customers
have
say that.
really elevated their game. They've elevated their in terms of patience, in terms of understanding, in terms of just tipping, for God's sake. Taking care of the establishments that they frequent and that they care about. I mean, whole different attitude. And maybe again, last week we talked about positives to come out of all of this. And I don't want to switch gears on you, but maybe that's a positive too. That the general customers would be more understanding and more supportive.
And think about the way they've been treated. The customer, they have to come in, sit down. I mean, we again.
Yeah, it's
we
a
went through
Seinfeld
this.
episode, it's
and then they're
constant.
getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Then they're getting kicked out at the end of the night. So it's like, you weigh all this stuff, but the customer is now being treated kind of crappy at this particular point. Don't get up. Don't do this. You can't dance. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. You got to get out. You have to pay and get out. And it's a rough thing that's going on right now. Now you have the 75% capacity that's happening right now. But it's like, it makes me crazy with this rule, or whatever you want to call it, is now, 75% of what? Because we're at 50 and we have partitions. We're not allowed to get up. We have to be 6 feet apart. So now it's, okay, you up to 75%. But something needs to go because you can't increase unless we're allowed to stand with a mask on, or we get rid of the partitions, or the 6 feet thing doesn't play a part in it anymore. Like, otherwise, you could put it up to 100%. But if we have to be 6 feet apart and you have to be seated, 100% it can't be 100%. So there's a lot of frustration, and guests are starting to feel it because they're busting out of their skin and want to have a really good time. And it's a shame. I think they've taken it on the chin and they've been pros about it. They, like Bill said, they support all their local restaurants, especially where where you live and where I'm working and stuff on Main Street USA, let's call it. Everybody's out trying to support these places and keep them in business, and I think the customer has taken it really on the chin. But getting back to the customer is always right. I won't let them cross that line to where people are
abusive.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Not sorry. That's where it's just I step in and it's unacceptable to me. But I have my number one top 5 bullshit excuse. Sorry, the cappuccino machine isn't working. Yeah, that's the other one. It's right up there with the mint thing. It's like someone wants a cappuccino. It's a Saturday night. Everybody's drinking. That one person wants a cappuccino or espresso. It's like, sorry, it's not working tonight. And I think most of the people in this room
know that the machine is
know the machine's working. Yeah,
allegedly.
Working. But sorry, but we'll have to just drop that check and be on our way.
Somebody already cleaned it. And you don't, right?
Yeah.
But again, listen, I don't do that.
Of course
I
not.
don't do these things. I feel like I'm the.
None of us do those things. We're not talking about us. But what's really funny is we try to give everybody a great experience. So in restaurants, and Frank, you're gonna be doing this. You're a bar guy, but now you're gonna be giving everyone that luxurious experience of creating this environment where in my world it was taking them on a voyage. Because
Right.
it was always a theme.
Right.
But other people, and I know with Tiki Joe's the same thing. It's a theme. You're taking people on a voyage, which is hard to do, hard to pull off. You guys do it really well. So you're setting the ambiance. You got the nice lighting. You got the music, and then the bell. The stupid bell from the kitchen. The bell from hell. Now, I got a problem with the bell. I really do. I have a really big
It sounds
problem.
like you're at a diner. Ding!
Diner.
It's like smacking.
Yeah. Ding!
Diner.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
telling you.
my goal, while we're on 86 this, is to rid every restaurant across the country of the bell in the kitchen. I don't know who created it, but you know who it was.
Somebody that didn't want a food runner in the kitchen.
Right. Or a chef with such a big ego that he had to get everybody's attention by ringing this. I wish I had one so I could ring it for about a half an hour. And all the servers who were watching this, and all the bartenders, anyone in the restaurant knows what I'm talking about, because everybody came across this goddamn bell at some point in their career. That is the most annoying thing. Some people still use it at this particular junction where we get beepers. We train our staff properly where we don't need them. But here's the great thing is servers out taking an order in the dining room, right? We're talking about customer service. We want to get great service. We're talking about service and how everyone's going the extra mile. And the bell is ringing. Someone's got to go in there and get the food. The bell is ringing. The server's taking the order. The bell gets louder. The bell.
And the customer hears the bell.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They're all turning around.
my food's up.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
People are saying my food's
My food's sitting back there getting cold.
Most of the time, they're turning around, looking around, like, where's that bell coming from? And I'm like, so whoever created, I did a little history on this, by the way, believe it or not. So I looked this up, and the bell came from, and again, it could have been the 1800s, what they did to call their servants. So, Phil, I'm going to ask you, could this be a form of discrimination, or
workplace harassment for sure. Right?
or because as I was looking into it more, I'm like, this could be something that we could have lawsuits across the country with all these restaurants that have a bell. I'm getting rid of the bell in restaurants.
Crusade.
Yeah. But
Just give 'em you give them a chicken finger.
No.
You text them. Chicken fingers in the back. Come get your food. Boom. You be back there in 2 seconds.
I used to unscrew that little stupid thing at the top of the bell. So the chefs are trying to press it. It's like they would come after me, Jim, I need the little thing. They don't even know what to call it. I need the little thing. Yeah. It's like, you gotta be friggin' kidding me. It's so friggin' rude. I can't even believe it. But I'm getting back to discrimination again. There's gotta be something where it's demeaning to an employee, because now we have all these equality things going on everywhere, where I think there's something there.
Want to start class action on behalf of all
I
servers?
think I might.
5 minutes ago, you were busting on servers for bullshit
Yeah.
excuses.
Wait, I got more. I'm
Now
gonna
you're leading the crusade.
get behind Jim.
Champion.
86 this.
He's riding
Where
the fence.
I have no problem with backing the employees, but again, I also know when they're pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. So I got a remedy. Now everybody's been in the business. Everybody knows that at times during the busy times, can't get the food out of the kitchen. I get it. Sometimes the food gets a little backed up. We need a gong on the other side of the line. So when the food is not coming out, we start banging the gong until the food comes out.
Call out the Sandman.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? You know what? Servers and managers, everybody deals with the stupid bell. Why give it back a little bit? Give it back.
I have a good idea. Jim, listen. If we put a collar on the service. Now again, I don't know where, and it would just give them a little shock when the food's
They
ready.
kind of make
You
something
give
like.
them a little snap.
No, but they do.
And it's, oh shit, the food's ready. I guess I better run the hell back there before I get
Yeah, my
another
class
zap.
action suits get
Yeah,
larger.
yeah.
Keep talking, guys. Keep
You
talking.
know?
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Keep talking. But they have beepers where you are, don't they? Don't you use beepers?
Yeah,
That would be
Well, no,
a lot-
and
that
no
would
one
be a
they
pays-
lot of
have
fun.
they have a little jingle thing. But listen, it's funny
The
you
little
say this. On Tuesday, we have a bell behind the bar for good tips or whatever the hell you ring the bell. You would ring the bell.
Right.
So now we started ringing the thing, and I'm like, who rings this thing anymore? So I started ringing and dinging on Tuesday. I made more money than I did the entire winter.
Really?
Ringing in that
Nice.
damn bell because they think, ooh, I want to get a good tip too. Like, ooh, I want to get the bell ringing. Well, you don't get a bell ringing unless you're tipping 20, 30, 40 bucks. And they were,
Well, that's it.
okay.
You keep upping the threshold for the bell
Yeah,
ring.
you
Right?
gotta
Get
get-
people throwing hundreds at you.
Yeah, can you erase this part of the
I'm,
bell?
I'm trying to get rid of the bell, and you're bringing the bell back.
Well, behind the bar. I love it. It works. It works.
We have one. We have one also, but the bartenders use it to incite like a riot. So the DJ's playing, and they start to ring it, and it just gets everybody worked up and in a frenzy for some reason at certain songs, and it gets everybody wanting to burst it out of their skin. But I don't know if it's for a good tip.
Mine's for money.
That's good. So
And appreciation.
that's my top 5 bullshit excuses. I don't know if anyone has any other excuses to add to that list, but I think they're pretty solid, and everyone obviously recognizes them. They happen, but it is what it is, I guess. But during our COVID situations now, with going forward, we've been doing this for a year. As far as the summer goes, what are you guys thinking as far as going to summer? I mean, you're it's
Open.
I know,
open,
like, yeah,
open.
you got to be like praying.
Man, it's a case of how many people get vaccinated, how fast. By May, it sounds like at least half of the country will have been. Anybody who wants to get one, probably
All
shortly
that.
thereafter.
Has
More.
anybody at
Yeah,
this
no.
table got a vaccine at all?
No.
Negative.
And Tom, you're also on a waterfront property, which is a summer location. As far as the summer, how are the crowds there? You feel like they're pretty good? You have people breaking rules and
No, crowd's been good. People been respecting.
yeah,
Like Bill's been saying.
and you know what?
It comes with the ownership and who's in
Navigate.
control. Yeah, if you do the right thing and you lay down the law and you keep it consistent, because there was points where you could have had inconsistencies. Like if you have somebody at the top, at the end of the day, it's not my restaurant, right? So if you have somebody at the top that's laying down the law and telling you what can and cannot happen, and it's consistent, it's not broken on a Tuesday or a Friday, then it makes everything a hell of a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody feels comfortable.
it's tough to
From the
police.
customer to the owner to the employee to the bar back to the damn dishwasher.
Sure, but if I can make a suggestion to all restaurant and bar owners out there, be nice about the rule. Don't be militant about it. Because you do turn a customer off if you come, hey, put your mask on or something like that. It should be more like, hey, and look, I don't like it either. Whatever. If you kind of commiserate with them, the customer appreciates it. They understand it. They want to protect you. Then they have their attitude becomes one of protecting you from it. From any kind of violation, etc. But if you have a different attitude, it really turns people off. I know it does to me.
Well, I think
Oh,
important. I
yeah,
think for the
you
first time,
can't be in a business if you're not. If you're
Yeah.
nasty, you're not in business. So you got to do it the right way.
I think for the first time, I know in my life, everybody's almost at the even playing field. We all were affected the same way behind this. And like you said, you got to be understanding to each other. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? It's important to have that patience to where you're not running over and saying sit down, because uh, I think the one group of people who don't get enough credit are the younger people, because, and I'm going to say, I'm just going to throw out an age range, 20 to 24, because you're talking about graduations were taken away, um, college graduations were taken away, proms were taken away. So many things were taken away from that everybody talks about as their defining moment, those one of those moments, you know, in their lives, you know, um, and they figured it out. So they figured out how to do the parades, you know, the going down people's blocks. Yeah, and they figured out how to go on with life and try to make it as best that they can. Everyone's cooped up in their rooms at 16, 17 years old, going out of them. They're in a box, and they can't do anything. They can't go anywhere. No one even parks are closed, and I don't think enough credit was given to the younger generation who really had to endure some rough times and things that, well, when they look back on it, they'll probably became better people for it because they stepped up. And you know what, their voices were heard like it never had been before, which, you know, they went out, they were protesting, they were doing their part. They were, like I said, they were having these car parades, drive-bys, and things like that. And I think those things are very important, and those things go the way of the wind, you know, because everyone looks at it like not only did they put their foot down and didn't want to deal with some of these restrictions when all the adults were like, ah, no, don't do this, don't do that. It would be wise for us to take a few notes from what they had done, because they're going to be changed for the rest of their lives, but in a good way, you know, because they're not going to take a lot of crap going forward, and that's what I had seen. So, you know, as far as COVID goes, and I don't think they get enough credit. You know, it's like we're always quick to point, you know, oh, the young kids, oh, they carry the carriers, they're going to get this one sick. But you know what, they also had to endure some stuff that was really, really rough.
Yeah, and I agree. I have a senior at home.
Yeah. Oh, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So
over at Longwood, and I would say it was rough.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. I drove her to school recently. She just got a license. Nice to drive herself. God. But I drove her, and it said, "Congratulations to a senior class." It's almost like,
Yeah.
you don't even, you know,
No,
senior class.
and that year is going to be.
You're not even thinking about it. You're like, oh,
No, and there's no pictures. There's no nothing. There were some of the graduations were even a bigger joke. Some schools really did try, and they did some justice, but others just kind of washed over some things, and some colleges too. And again, everybody didn't know how to deal with it, and it's fine. But I think they persevered and in a very positive way, which so people could learn a few things from them. Listen, they're not all perfect. We're not all perfect. You know, we all do stupid things, and we all have our time of where we just had enough of everything. You know, the COVID fatigue is real. It's real, and everybody's really feeling it now.
yeah. In a restaurant space, though, Jim, I think, and everyone else here, I think it's gonna make a difference in how we move forward.
Oh, absolutely.
If you think about, and I was thinking about it before coming here. The restaurant ends at 10. The restaurant now ends at 11. Keeping people spaced out, actually having the idea of cleaning something more, like, you know, I think it's going to change things. Yeah, so you know, you go to even 7-Eleven. You go to 7-Eleven, the thing, you use a credit card machine, it's actually clean. It has shit all in it, you know? So you might actually not get the flu. Forget about, you know, COVID, the flu. I don't know.
It's like, you know, wash your hands. What were people doing before?
Yeah.
I mean, do we really need to be told this stuff?
Yeah.
Come on.
But they said that there was one reported case of the flu.
Yeah,
I mean, but everything was probably being reported as COVID.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
But, you know, what happened to the flu? We just took a back seat and took a break.
Well, I spoke to the doctor. I went and got tested once on Christmas Day. I got tested in the rain. waited 2 hours at a city MD, and both of our umbrellas were broken. It was great. I didn't have an umbrella, so I just ran across.
Why would you have an umbrella?
We need an umbrella for, right? Yeah. And the girls had the umbrellas, and they wouldn't share with me, and not to mention the back of it was all broken. But we went in there. I asked the doctor. I said, "Why? Like, can you have like a cough and a cold?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I think I just have a cold."
But yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, so what do they do with all those people? They have to wait on that same line.
He said all the flu is basically eliminated because everyone's wearing these masks and everyone actually washes their hands now. So
Imagine that.
and he's like, "You're gonna find out in 30 minutes, but you don't have it." All right, thanks, pal.
Well, COVID rewrote every handbook across the country, which is going to be rewritten, and people are going to rewrite it. All training methods, all sanitation practices, all that is good. There you go.
Prediction: how long does it last?
I don't know. I think we're in for a long run with this. I don't know.
Forever.
I mean,
it's gonna be the new flu.
Yeah.
Well, we hope that the sanitary aspects of it stick around.
Yeah.
How about what we were talking about last time? The restaurants who are going to alter their policies. No more real late nights. I don't really need to do late night. I don't make enough money doing 12 to 4 anyway. Things like that.
That's what I wanted to say, and it's actually, I think that's the new norm. You don't need to be out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Nothing good happens at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
and do you think people are being gauged right now? Not gauged. What's the word I'm looking for? They're being, for the past year, everybody had to go home at 10.
Yeah. So when
you think everyone's getting used to this now, and it's like, I'd rather do this. And you think people, or there's that late night crowd still out there.
You can teach a monkey to talk if you repeat it
So to an extent, but that crowd that you guys were talking about earlier, the customer always right. The one that's not right, those are the ones that'll stay there till 11:02.
Right.
When you have an opportunity to have somebody walk in and get a $15,000 fine away.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
And those are the ones that you're like, come on, and the lights are out. We gotta rock them.
Frank,
It's over.
You're going to be open late, Frank? In your new place?
Yeah.
Hot Pod?
Yeah.
Opening in the spring?
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock?
There's nothing else. Why?
No, just I'm wondering if you're going to do any late nights.
Nah,
No.
there's no need.
And what's really nice about the beach properties, though, is that I think they close fairly early at 10 o'clock, right?
At 10 o'clock, it's done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, for us, for our establishment, the allure really is the environment. You're on the beach. It's a kind of a vibe, and you get fans generally, stopping by then.
Early evening.
Yeah, and it's like because the establishment, you let your staff go home early and they clean up and you go. I mean, otherwise, late. You have places that stay open late. Yeah. You want to get out of there 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, the sun was coming up.
Don't get me wrong. I'm happy to be that guy that's hanging out until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
I think we did sunrise shots and sunset shots.
Seems to recall.
Which, by the way, speaking of live entertainment, Tiki Joe's is known for they got the best bands that you could find anywhere. The music is absolutely phenomenal. Now, are you going to be doing that? Do you know, or you're playing it by ear?
Well, I don't think anybody knows yet what they would be allowed to do. We're certainly hopeful that we can do it. We think we could do it. Certainly, so we thought we could do it last year safely, but we certainly can do it this year safely. I think people, certainly have an appetite for it.
Right.
And I think there's a high expectation among customers and, of course, us, the establishment owners, that we'll be able to do it and really provide folks a nice getaway. It's outside. I mean, how much safer can you be?
Palm trees, sandy beach, live
Exactly. What else do you need, man?
Oh, it's awesome.
I was actually in Huntington over the summer and they had a live band outside.
Yeah, a lot of places do. Our places are, some of them are state and county concessions, so they have some extra sensitivities that they're, they have maybe some extra restrictions. I get it. Because they can't necessarily act like a private establishment does, but we're hoping that that the restrictions ease and this summer will be kind of everybody let loose a little bit.
We felt that from being at Pelham.
Yeah.
Being owned by the city.
Yeah, the restrictions are really tight, really tight. And but it was also a good thing. I mean, we were in Pelham Park, which was beautiful, gorgeous place, and being in the Bronx, there's this thought process on what the Bronx really is, but it's a really beautiful place. If you trek into it, it's absolutely gorgeous where we were. Which, are you going back to Pelham? Because you got this beautiful thing going on, Mr. Mindful. Healthy. I drop 100 pounds.
Right
and
now, I
we
got
don't even know who
chocolate
you
balls.
are. So, is there a possibility of you going back there?
Yes.
Pelham Bay and Split Rock. Just so if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's the busiest public course in New York State. And Chu is executive chef, and there's 2 pavilions, 2 championship golf courses. Yeah. They have an inside catering hall, so they have a restaurant in there. So it's a big property that he oversees. A lot of food. And they unfortunately took it on the chin. They let everybody go after the pandemic, and they're starting to call people back now. They're thinking of opening in the spring.
Yeah, they're getting the sales team back in there and book parties and all that. So.
How about the golf? The golf's going.
Golf has been going.
Yeah. I didn't get any interruption to that, right?
No, but for a while there, they selling like snacks, like candy bars and peanuts. But before they couldn't even sell a bottle of water, because of the city.
That's
crazy.
It's a little ridiculous, but the mindful eating is where I want to concentrate with, because if anyone hasn't seen it, you can go onto 86this.net and check out Chef Chu's videos of his meal preps that he does, and every week he sends out a new menu, and you get to select from 7 or 8 items and a bunch of sides, and they're great. And like last week I said, I get them from my father also, who loves them. You don't cook with any dairy, no butter, no salt.
Right.
Correct, and so it's a healthy meal, and it's different stuff too. Like this, you have an Irish thing going on this night.
Yeah, it's the Ides of March. It's coming up next week, so
it was a great menu. It was great. My father was a little
no potatoes, no rice. So we do cauliflower rice, cauliflower mash. So it's a lot of fun. I try to keep it fun, keep it interesting.
And the only other thing we haven't mentioned today, just before we go, Tommy knows tacos.
Oh.
Tommy knows tacos.
TTs.
All right. So some of the people on the panel don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I got these videos sent to me. Tom was thinking doing these little reviews of taco stands. So he goes, I'm going to send you some videos. Tell me what you think. Funny as hell. The funniest things I think I've seen in a long time. I said, I have to put them on the website, 86this.net. I said, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about on these videos. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. You know nothing about tacos. You know nothing about tacos. But it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I said, send me them. I put them up on the website. You can check them out. It says actually Tommy knows tacos with a question mark.
You're saying the theme is flawed from the start.
Oh my God, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Tommy
but it's
barely
hysterical.
knows tacos.
Tommy once ate a taco.
Tom, tell us what was the thought process of you doing these little, and they're not long. So if you go on the website and check it out, it's like 2 minutes long each one, and they're hysterical.
I just did 2 more.
I
have
on
to
his
send
way
it to
here.
you.
I can't wait to get them.
Do you have any tacos here? I'll do a review right now.
Do a review of Frank's bar.
Yeah.
Do you have any tacos here at Tequila? We'll figure it out. But no, I was bored. So and I make tacos, and my girlfriend Ruby makes tacos, and I make them damn good.
But what was the thought that you were like, I got an idea?
I'm gonna go do a taco review, and that was it. And I went down, and my girlfriend is the videographer with her iPhone, and I said, tape me. She said, places, and next thing you know, Tommy knows tacos. Now listen, but it's real because
No, it's real.
it's based on 4 points of the shell, the meat, the toppings, and the presentation because everything was to go. And it 2.5 points for each. It was real. It actually made sense. Sometimes on the video,
I don't know if you.
I couldn't
I don't
put the
know if
math
you-
together.
No, but I don't know if you
But-
explained the point on your videos. I don't know if you explained that because now that we got that, but
4, 2.5 plus 4 is 10, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I did it, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's how we did it. And I'm telling you, I had the best taco.
Oh wait, but hold on. Before you say the best taco, which I'm really excited to hear.
Yeah.
How many places did you actually review?
I've
Because
done it at,
you have to say the best
Yeah,
taco.
yeah.
I'm thinking you had
Out
to
of-
eat at 20 places.
No, this is what are we at? 12.
Well, I got 4 videos.
I
think, 3
don't know.
videos.
I'm not like
And does the,
Well,
the
6 of them he was hungry.
does the review
And I
go
was
up?
disappointed.
Does the review go up proportionately with your tequila consumption?
No, we don't. I
Do you go revisit when you're sober and drunk?
I only went to one where I actually chugged a beer beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was in Petro.
Okay.
But Taco Bell,
No.
best taco.
What? Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
See,
What?
now which brings me to my next question.
I'm
Tommy
sorry.
knows tacos?
Tomatoes drive-thru.
You should start on drive-thrus. That might.
And I don't eat at Taco Bell. I don't go
But
to
some of
Taco
those
Bell.
places
I haven't
you
been
went
to Taco
to-
Bell in 8 years.
Some of those places you went to, the tacos are pretty good. Again, I'm not a taco guy, but I heard that their tacos are pretty good. And the places where Tom actually tries these tacos is on the website too, because we want to give them a little, plug.
Yeah.
When you come out and talk about their skunky meat.
Well, we just
Awesome.
went to one place. I don't really want to mention names because I don't want to. But we
Yeah,
went
It's
to
all right. I'll put it on the website.
Unless you're gonna be positive.
It'll be, I know. But we went to a $2 taco thing, and the girls again. Let's go. We're gonna do a taco review. Great. So we go there, and it was $2 tacos, and that's what they tasted like. They tasted like 50-cent tacos.
So Taco Bell. You're gonna hold us to Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
All right.
So far is the best. I've been to 3 taco trucks, and the rest 8 or 9, 9 establishments.
Well, I hope to get those videos soon and put them up on the website because
Yeah.
they're fun. They're
Yeah.
fun. And you're very
not?
funny in all of them, and they're like a minute and a half.
And
But
the public wants to know.
but for that,
I'm telling you.
but wait, you're not gonna. Taco Bell's not gonna be on my website, is it?
The Taco Bell one, if you want it.
No, I don't.
I had people filming me while we were filming the video for the Taco Bell.
No way. That's awesome. That's fun. That is awesome. Well, guys, listen. I thank you all for being here. Bill Monaco from J&B Restaurant Partners, Chef James Chu from Pelham Bay Split Rock Golf Course, Mindful Eating. Tom, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget Long Island Lifestyles.
Thank you guys.
That's LongIslandLifestyles.com, right? You check out the clothing line
LILifestyle.com.
and also your upcoming publication. Check them out. Tommy Knows Tacos on 86this.net. Frank Henderson going to be opening in Hop Out. Frank is also who takes part in the whole 86 This. Thank you for hosting 86 This Studios. I appreciate it. We finally don't have to break all this crap down and set it back up 800 times. We're here. And as you can see,
don't say where it is.
and as you can see, we're in Henderson's Tavern.
I want to play air hockey. I have an addiction to play air hockey this entire time.
Well, guys, thank you very much. And guess what? It's 86 This.